Morning.
I want you in my arms, but I want you in my arms.
Alright, so I'm going to visit Adam right now, and then we're gonna go out. I think I see my car. It's alright. Having to take a detour. Would have got there a little bit quicker. The cops are in the way, am I right? Yeah.
That's good.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care, you guys. Checking myself, making sure I have everything. I think I do. Whew! That was like a 40-minute detour. Like a solid 40-minute detour. Because of the fact I so hate being late to things.
Pretty great.
Yeah, guys, you get to see my rig today, kind of. This is the camera. Ooh. Okay. This is my Panasonic G85 with a Rode mic. We're using a Rode mic from here on out for videos, so you guys at home don't hear an echo on your footage. Hey, man.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, thank you for welcoming me.
Welcome.
So gracious of you.
Welcome.
Oh, look at that. That's really cute, man. Is this you here?
It's supposed to be. Nobody's in the house. It's a fucking mess of shit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so I'm going to shut off this camera. Adam and I are going to get ready to head over to Maurice's, and I'll explain what we're doing today. Guys, we are so far behind on today. Alright, so Adam and I had a chance to discuss what's happening today. Because of my little detour, we kind of got set back. But that's alright. We're going to discuss the new segment we're adding. Yeah. So we're adding a segment on the show called New York Minute. Obviously, guys, we have that sit-down segment where we discuss reviews, comparisons, and just general talk about watches. But we want to provide you an opportunity to visit some local New York dealers, either boutiques, private sellers, pawn shops that have interesting jewelry collection, anything in the local area that you wouldn't immediately have availability of, that we can go to in an instant. So, hence the name, New York Minute.
Yeah, guys, so we're pretty blessed living here in New York. We have the ability to see all these cool little vintage dealers and even boutiques all along Madison Ave and Fifth Ave that you guys might not have in your hometown. So we figured it'd be a cool little segment to show you guys what it's like to be exposed to all the watches that we're able to see in New York. So
correct, sort of like the experience of living in New York. And I didn't feel like there's a more appropriate style to shoot this in than a vlog, and or at least entertaining, I'm hoping, for you guys. So again, if you want to see a certain location in New York, let us know and we'll call the dealer in advance to see if we can get time to speak with the management there. But today we're going to be visiting a gentleman named Maurice. He runs a small watch booth in a flea market. He actually has two locations today, which is Sunday. He's going to be on the West End. It's actually a stone's throw away from where you live, which is really cool.
2 blocks away.
When did you discover Maurice?
I guess one of the first weekends that I moved here, like sometime last year. I just went to the flea market and saw a guy with a bunch of vintage watches, and I was like, oh,
this guy's cool.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be visiting him. We're gonna pick up some food first before we do that. Time right now is, let me see. And guys, further announcement. I have a new mic and audio setup. There shouldn't be any more echoing. If there is echoing, let me know and we'll fix it. But your cries have been heard. No worries.
All right, let's do it.
They've been seeing my Omega chronograph this whole time, but I kind of want to show off your latest watch. Can we get a wristwatch check really quick?
Yeah, man. Rocking my early 90s Speedmaster. Probably easily my favorite watch that I have right now. Definitely a keeper.
So slick.
Absolutely gorgeous. Kind of cool in the light too. You can see all the scratched Tessellite and everything like that, and the patina. Good sunlight today, so there you go.
Nice. Okay, bagel time, officially.
Do it.
I want you in my arms, but I want you in my arms.
All right, guys. So I don't want to surprise the old boy. We're gonna go ahead and talk with Maurice first before we go in to check out his wares.
No surprises. Hey, what's up, guys? So just spoke to the vendor, and he actually wishes to remain anonymous for some personal reasons that I discussed with him. But we're still gonna go in and show all the watches and talk to him about his watches and kind of his own personal history with watchmaking and dealing. So you guys are still gonna get all the great content, just not gonna see his face on the camera. So
Get to know his name.
yeah. But that's okay, not a big deal.
However, later on we can disclose like the marketplaces he goes to.
For sure.
So if you guys were in the area and you did want to see him, to see some of his wares, I think that's okay, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys are
we'll double
interested.
check with him.
Yeah.
As I say, it's an affectation.
Yeah, it's kind of silly. Isn't
You never know when you're gonna need it.
Yeah.
It's pretty though as an object, you know.
So why is this one special?
It's not. It's a silver one.
Okay.
They're usually gold, actually. It's nice condition. Normally, when you find these are all bent.
Yeah.
You know where they've left them open and caught them on people.
Why would you? Is this just like a resolution box?
No, they're actually, that was the size of the envelopes. They were standard that size years ago. Yeah.
No kidding.
Did you get that picture?
I love it. It looks great in this light.
Look at the facing, incidentally. Beautiful.
How old is this, you said?
About 1880. This is Burl Walnut.
Oh, really?
I did not get that part. That's so cool. Oh, such a gorgeous box.
This is the day when they use what's called a burin, a steel burin, to put those initials on there. Well, originally I was a camera technician.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I graduated. If you look in some of the earlier cameras, they had what's called slow speed trains. You know, they had irises, and then they graduated to focal plane, which was a shutter going right across from left to right. And they got quite complicated. Now that's all been finished with the digital cameras.
Sorry about that.
So well, it wasn't so much that, it was just going on. Then I was just come out of the army then. So basically, watches with regards to movement starts off with a power source, which is obviously the mainspring. And I'm always telling people, when you're repairing a watch and everything, or overhauling a watch, it's important to take the spring out, but rarely people do that.
Right.
Because when you've got old oil which breaks down, it does take away some of the power there.
Right.
Well, what they do is they take the movement out and put the whole movement in something called quick dip, which is sacrilege, and then they don't lubricate it afterwards.
Right.
And to really overhaul a watch properly, you should take all the drive wheels, everything out,
Right.
Otherwise, it's not only the mainspring, but the hairspring. Most of the things that happen on a watch, really, it's very rare you get things actually broken on a watch. People overwind it, they press it, but they forget the minute you get pressure on the crown, which is on top of the stem, winding up the actual mainspring, they don't realize, they think it's stuck, so they push it harder. Right. Now there are some of the better watches have stopped, so you can't do it anymore.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
like my speed.
Exactly. You can only wind it so far. Right. Anything like that.
I actually remember I overwhelmed my Grand Seiko when you overhauled it for me.
Yeah.
It's keeping time within like a second.
Right. Well, it's because
remarkable.
It's been done properly,
For an old piece like that.
But most of the watches up to from the 30s on, they developed a system to stop something that happened on a lot of watches. When you dropped it, the bottom pivot, of the balance wheel would snap off.
Right.
Okay, and then somebody came up with a brilliant idea of making the actual insert into the jewel just slightly bigger, so it had some movement, and that cut out all the braking. Very, very good. Watches. Well, I like Omegas. Omega is the most advertised watch on earth.
Yeah.
And tastes have changed. I mean, when I was an 18-year-old, the main watch was, I'm talking about for the wealthy, was a Vacheron Constantine.
Yeah, Vacheron.
Absolutely, it was the Rolls-Royce of watches then. Right. Now it's been overtaken by Patek Philippe.
So Vacheron was ahead of Patek. Now
I think Patek now is more of a name thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you said what is the difference in quality between a Patek and a Vacheron, I would say it's minuscule.
Yeah.
Especially the very, very late ones. I mean, they're all incredible,
Right.
But I mean, if you take things like IWC, International Watch Corporation of Schaffhausen, years ago when you bought one of those, something went wrong the first year, they'd send it back to the man that assembled it in the factory.
Right.
And he had to fix it.
Huh. Really? The person who put it together?
Yeah.
So there was a level, wow, that's so intimate.
And if you get two IWCs of the same year, same everything, you can't interchange the parts. Something will be slightly different.
Really?
Yeah. Well, again, I go back to Omega with regards to internationally known.
Right.
I mean, every Chinese knows what an Omega is, but they don't know what Vacheron Constantine is.
Right.
Omega is advertised in most of the major cities in China, believe it or not.
Right.
Certainly internationally.
Do you think that's a testament to their quality, or is that
very, very good quality?
Yeah.
Well, also good advertising. But Patek's boom came, I think, within the last 25 years.
Really?
Don't get me wrong when I say a boom, they were always very popular.
Of course.
But what happened was, it's very difficult for me to explain this, but suddenly a lot of Pateks came onto the market.
Right.
And the prices sort of shot up at auction. But there you are. Well, Rolex, again, is for an automatic watch and toughness. Rolex, you can go mountain climbing in it, you can go deep sea diving in it, all kinds of things. It's a tough watch. But again, Rolex, the English love Rolex. It's more of what I call a prestige, I got a Rolls, It's like my father many, many years ago. My father had a Bentley. And the difference between a new Bentley and a new Rolls-Royce in 1955 was £100. And they said, Christian, why don't you buy a Rolls? You know what he said? He said, gentlemen drive Bentleys, butchers drive Rolls-Royce. That's exactly what he said.
I drive a Rolls-Royce.
Yeah.
No.
Well, but today, but I mean, not even owned by Rolls-Royce now. It's all finished now. That. Very, very good watch. There's a watch that's hardly known over here. And the Europeans know it very well. There's one here. Take a look at it. You'll see it. I think it's one of these. Just read out the name. It's a small.
Let's see. There's Doxa.
Doxa.
Yeah, Doxas. Yeah.
You can't believe how accurate the Doxa is.
Really?
It's a wonderful watch.
The old
I've had 3 in 2 years, and every time I sell one to somebody, they are jumping up and down to what a lovely timekeeper it is. Yeah. This particular watch is a Doxa, a Swiss watch, very, very well made, incredible timekeeper, not very well known in the United States, well known in Europe though. Very good, very, very good watch indeed. This, of course, is internationally well known as for not only the watches but the jewelry, LeCoultre, and of course the partners eventually was LeCoultre.
Yeah.
Okay, and this one has got almost the same movement as the Omega bumper. If you go like that, you can feel the reciprocal weight going backwards and forwards.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it winds up like that, fully automatic. This is an automatic Vacheron Constantine
Gorgeous.
with the date, and at the time it was the thinnest automatic made. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the original crown, which is important on a watch, 18 karat gold. Very, very, very fine watch. And this one of my favorites, is IWC, which stands for International Watch Corporation of Schaffhausen. Very, very well made. Again, original crown, original dial. Very, very good timekeeper. And of course gold, all gold, yeah. That's 18, 14, 14, 14, you know. Yeah. Actually, this is not all gold. This is a mixed metal. Although it's very heavily plated, which is unusual, but represents very, very good value for money, because if it was a solid 18 karat gold, it would be nearer 3,000 than the price being asked for now, which is, let's have a look here. 750, terrific buy for somebody.
As opposed to
yeah,
That's only 7.
yeah,
yeah,
that was all 18 karat gold. Yeah.
Nice. So we just wrapped up. Very, very fun discussion. There's a lot more that happened off camera as well, but we just wanted to highlight some of his items. He's a really, really lovely individual. One of the nicest vendors I've ever met that markets in antiques.
really nice guy.
So easy to work with, and very, very reasonable prices. It's one of those things that's a real gem for us in any neighborhood.
Yeah, agreed. And as you guys will see in the footage, or the footage you've already seen, he's got some really, really cool, unique pieces. We're talking about Holy Trinity pieces like Vacheron, all the way down to Omega, so it's kind of cool to pick his brain and talk to him about his thoughts on vintage and kind of the best brands out there and best value for money, so.
Oh, yeah. This is advice from a gentleman who's been working in the industry for a very, very long time. So he definitely knows what he's talking about. Plus, jokingly, he's as vintage as the pieces he's talking about. So if you're going to take anyone's opinion, I think his was valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been around. He's seen the watch industry change so much too. So, experience goes a long way. Maybe you might not even have to know that much, but experiencing it is, tells a story of its own.
So guys, that's episode 1 of New York Minute. I hope you enjoyed it. It's going to be fun cutting this one together. We are going to eat. We didn't get a chance to eat because the place we wanted to go to was way, way, way too busy earlier, but we're going to try to go there now. At any rate, guys, stay tuned for regular episodes. If you enjoyed this, feel free to hit that like button. If you disliked it, that's okay too. I encourage you to hit the subscribe button. If you want to see more content like this, let us know about stores you'd like us to visit. They could be big or small, hidden gems like the one we just went to, or larger groups like Omega. There's flagship stores, there's Omega stores littered throughout New York. If you guys want to see their modern catalog in person,
There's two Omega boutiques alone. We're not talking just ADs, like normal ADs, like Torno and stuff, but 2 Omega boutiques in Manhattan. So hopefully we can go to some of these cool places. Hopefully we can get you guys to the Seiko boutique in the next few months. And then maybe a couple other vintage jeweler places, but it's New York, so not everyone's going to be as nice as Maurice, so we'll see what we can do for you guys. But yeah, everything's doable so long as we have time to make it happen. Still a small production, but I think most of these groups love free publicity, so easy, we can do that. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.
I want you.